You won't believe how intense this gets. Joe Rogan's podcast is always wild, but some episodes turn up the heat. Whether it's a guest going off the rails or a debate getting seriously passionate, the podcast had some truly unforgettable moments. Today we're covering some of those heated exchanges, and make sure to stick to the very end because you won't believe what Joe said to Signal's founder. As always, remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more discussions just like this.
But another thing that we just wrote about, and again, people get mad with the weed issue. Well, no, traffic fatalities regarding marijuana have skyrocketed.
Google that, because that's nonsense.
No, we wrote about it at better.com.
Drunk driving arrests have dropped. What do you mean you've... First of all...
Yeah, we wrote about what the sources are, the original studies.
Just because someone gets in an accident and they're high. See, because... Hold on. Stop.
No, hold on a second. This is
you interrupt way too much. No, you need to stop.
You talk
hold
in
on
paragraphs.
A second. No. I don't talk in paragraphs.
Ahead.
I make full points. If people are high a lot and the same amount of fatalities exist, but the people that get checked once they get into these accidents happen to be high, it does not necessarily mean that marijuana caused those fatalities.
Arguing with Joe Rogan about this topic is like convincing a fish that water isn't wet. It's one of the things that he loves most and has been incredibly vocal about for years. Not only is he a longtime user, but he's also one of the major advocates for its legalization. He's had countless guests on his podcast to discuss its benefits, covering its medicinal use, to how it can reduce stress. Rogan doesn't shy away from laying it all out on the arguments in favor of marijuana, and he's got the facts and personal experience to back it up. But Crowder wasn't having any of it and wanted to prove his point, which led to this.
But the statistical change is measurable.
Well, what is it?
From pre and
You're
post.
talking about in Colorado.
In states where it's been decriminalized or legalized.
Let's go with Colorado. Pull it up.
You know things are about to go sideways when Jamie has to pull it up. He's like the unsung hero of the podcast because he helps keep the discussions grounded with facts. Without him, the show just would not be the same. As usual, he managed to find an article which happened to prove Joe's point this time.
Since marijuana legalization, highway fatalities in Colorado are at near historic lows.
You have him bringing up the source that you want to find.
Washington
Bring
Post.
up the study right there. Yeah, Washington Post. Bring up the study that we wrote. We wrote about it on our website.
Look, I don't care about your website, you Since marijuana legalization, highway fatalities in Colorado
Since you called me Since you called me
I think Crowder should have come more prepared for this because Joe has heard all the anti-marijuana arguments before and he can dismantle them with ease. It's one of those topics that are more driven by one's personal beliefs rather than raw data, because cannabis has been legalized in 24 states so far, with the earliest being California having legalized it medicinally for use in 1996, while Colorado was the first state to legislate its recreational use back in 2012. So the available data would be much less when compared to alcohol, for example. Up next, we have Shane Gillis, who tried to make a joke, but Joe pretended not to get it at first, which led to this golden moment.
And I was like, whatever, I'll do. If I get fired here, whatever, I'll just go do Joe Rogan next week and I'll be fine. Anyway, I thought that was funny. No?
What?
I was like, I literally...
Is that what you thought?
I literally thought that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought it would be funny.
Well, it could have been funny.
Yeah.
I was booked up, though.
No, it was fine. It was just funny to truly... That was a conversation I actually had.
Really?
In Lorne Michaels' office in the middle of that.
To give a bit of context here, this episode was a couple of years after Shane Gillis got canceled and subsequently fired from SNL due to his past comments. I love how Joe tried to evade Shane's self-invitation to the podcast and held up that fake smile and eventually hit back with, "I was booked up though." By the way, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you think this was a BS excuse. And let's be honest, if you look at some of Joe's guests and take into consideration that some of them made appearances more than a few times already, it's become pretty obvious that he could have easily rescheduled someone to a later date and have Shane on instead. Next, we have Barstool Sports founder Dave Portnoy giving his hot take on Tyson Fury's brother.
Fury is not a real boxer.
Of course he's a real boxer.
No chance.
He's a professional boxer. Is he a world champion? No. But maybe he is. Is he?
No.
What is he? What is
Tommy Fury?
He might have some sort of a title.
If he does, it's in name only. I saw Tommy Fury box. He is not a boxer.
Well, he's definitely a boxer.
Well, he puts on gloves.
He's definitely a boxer. But is he a boxer like his brother? No.
Well, Tommy Fury would not. We would not know who Tommy Fury was if his last name wasn't Fury.
Probably we wouldn't know as much about him.
I don't.
but he's still a good-looking guy. He's built great. He looks looks the part.
Looks the part, no doubt. But
we've all seen similar discussions play out in various sports where one sibling shines brightly while the other seems to bask in their shadow. Think about the Mannings in football or the Williams sisters in tennis. It's a classic debate, but does one sibling's success overshadow the other potential? Absolutely not. You see, each athlete's fight their own battle and face their own challenges. Regardless of their last name, it's easy to dismiss someone's hard work and talent because of who they are related to, but that's ignoring the grit and determination it takes to carve your own path. Luckily, Jamie came in clutch and pulled up a compilation of Tommy's previous matches.
I don't give a look at the way he's delivering these combinations. He's 100% a boxer.
No.
Dude, you're high. You're fucking high. Look at that right hand. Dude, look at this fucking punching ability. Tommy Fury is 100% a legit boxer. You're out of your mind if you don't. Look at this.
Look at that right hand. That was in slow motion.
No, it's not in slow motion.
I think you slowed that down.
No,
I didn't do anything, but this is a highlight reel.
This is a highlight reel. But look at his highlight reel. Look at his highlight reel. He is 100% a legitimate professional boxer. If you don't think so, you're just being a hater.
No, I'm not a hater.
Dude, I'm telling you.
That is hilarious, and Dave is definitely being a bit of a hater here. If you take a look at Tommy's record so far, it's 10 wins and 0 losses, which is impressive in its own right. Sure, some might argue that a couple of those victories were against YouTubers, but that doesn't take away from his legitimate wins against real boxers. Every fighter has to start somewhere, and Tommy's been proving himself in the ring, regardless of who his opponents have been. So dismissing him just because of his brother's fame seems kind of unfair. For the final clip, we have Signal's founder, Moxie, trying to run the podcast for a week. What unfolded next was truly epic.
How are you so good at rock, paper, scissors?
It's just, skill, muscle, intuition.
Intuition. Can we play right now?
You want to play?
Yes.
Oh, but I only play for stakes.
Okay. What do you want to play for?
How about if I win, I do the programming on your show for a week?
No. That's worth a lot of money. You can.
What kind of money? What do you think I'm going to do? I'm not saying like the ads or whatever. I'm saying
like programming, like who's going to be on.
Yeah, who's going to be on.
That's not possible. We're booked up months and months in advance.
You were so confident until just now.
No.
Pick a month, few months off.
That's ridiculous to flip a coin on that. There's no chance.
That no came even before Moxie finished asking his question, and honestly, I get it. As of 2024, Joe earns at least $100,000 per episode. Some estimates put it at a higher figure, especially when considering that juicy Spotify deal that is reportedly worth over $200 million. But Joe didn't end it there and was disappointed that Moxie wasn't willing to put his rock, paper, scissors record on the line.
How about $5?
No.
No?
No, it's got to be
Come on, man.
It's gotta be
$20?
$20?
$20. I got $20 in my pocket.
Money is off the table. We can't do
Money's
money.
off the table?
Forget that.
All right. Sounds like someone's scared to lose at rock, paper, scissors.
It sounds like someone else is scared to lose it.
No, you're asking me for something that's ridiculous. You don't have anything. You don't have anything that's worth a week of programming on this show. You don't have it.
That's rough.
It doesn't exist.
That's rough.
No, it doesn't. It literally doesn't exist. Like there's not. There's nothing that you can have that you could offer me that I couldn't buy myself.
I'll make. I think will be interesting.
No.
Enjoy talking with them.
You can't.
I love how he didn't hold back even after Moxie repeated, "That's rough," a couple of times. But that's just the nature of the podcast, and stuff like this is bound to happen. Especially since they do minimal editing. It's part of why the show has such a huge following. People connect with those authentic and genuine moments, just like the ones that we talked about today. It keeps things real and relatable, which is refreshing in a world where everything feels so polished and scripted. Apart from that, I'd love to know your thoughts on this, so let's get the conversation rolling in the comments down below. Oh, and if you want your friends to stay informed just like you, please make sure to share the video with them.